Magaya.
I'm Joab Magara.
You're watching How Did You Get There? So today we're joined by the amazing Shola. Most of you probably know her page when it comes to food. I mean, have you seen the amount of food this girl can cook? She is my favorite dish I saw that she made, and I can't pronounce it, is the one where you mix all the meats together and all the vegetables together. Ever since that page go, I've tried to cook it my own style, but we'll talk about that. But welcome, Shola.
Thank you, thank you.
Please introduce yourself and tell the people who you are and what you do.
So I'm Shola. I own the catering company One Stop Kitchen. Of course, it's a catering company, but we specialize in mainly West African food, and we dabble in some Asian as well.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, can you talk to me about how you found this love for food and how you became, how you started cooking and actually made it into a business? Because I've known you from uni days, and I used to cook most of the time at uni.
I know.
So I need some explaining. What happened? What was the transition?
So I was never really passionate about cooking food.
Yeah.
Obviously, like most people, I enjoy eating food. I grew up with a mum who owned her own catering business.
Okay.
So for me, it was more like the question was that I always enjoyed my mum's food.
Yeah.
And I always thought, like everyone else, that her food is a cut above every single person, everyone else's. So obviously when I'd go to other places, I wouldn't be as satisfied as I was
eating
in my own home.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I went through a phase of trying to find, when you go through that phase of what is my purpose, what did Baba God bring me onto this earth
to do,
exactly. So it was more like that. So I just went through and tried different things, and then I thought, hold on, I love food, so why not just make food? See how it goes. There was no pressure, just try it, and if it doesn't work, move on to something else.
That's so amazing.
I've got a question actually. As a creative myself, I don't know if you got this from your parents, but my parents, in a way, you sort of got a little resistance to the arts.
100%.
Did you get the same?
100%. My mom was like, Shola, you don't need to be doing this. Stay in your job. They're like, stay in your job, don't quit. This is not what you need to be doing seriously. So it's just until she saw the checks coming in, she's like,
now it works.
Okay. Keep going. How many likes?
How many likes? That's amazing.
But at the beginning, she made it hard. But with your parents, they want bigger than what they ever had.
Yeah.
So it's kind of she didn't want me to go into the catering business and not struggle, but work just as hard for not as much. So she didn't want that. So with everyone's parents, they say go to work, get a good job, but that 9 to 5 was just a bit.
It wasn't for you.
It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So
I'll never forget a conversation we had. I think it was 2 years ago, and then we were talking, and you were saying, Percy, I'm trying to figure out what I need to do, and we had a conversation about that. And I was like, Percy, I want to figure out, I want to find my thing, my why. And you were really going in and you were searching, and I think that came. The fact that you were so searching and you were searching for that thing that you were put on earth to do, you found it. But you had to go through that self-development process.
100%.
And we spoke for hours, and you was like, Percy, I really want to figure out what I need to do and my passion and how to make it into a business. And that I used to say maybe fashion, because you were into fashion. And then all of a sudden I saw your page, and I saw you starting to post this food, and they started growing. And I remember sitting there saying, wow, she found it. She found it. Talk to me about that process of searching for that thing.
So it was mainly I can't remember how old roughly I was, but it must have been after uni. So I would have been about 21, 22. And you go through that phase where you don't actually know what you want to do. So it's okay, if I apply for a job, what industry do I want to work in?
Exactly.
What sector of the industry do I want to succeed in? And I just couldn't see myself in any of those. But I ended up in HR, because that's quite a generic. Exactly, it's safe. In every company, HR is going to be there. So I went into HR, but then obviously I had to be, I was intentional for 2 years in terms of I'm going to find what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And if it takes me up until I'm 29, 30, but I'm going to focus. But then at the same time, it wasn't, I'm going to put pressure in terms of, I need to find it. It was just like, I'm going to try different things for the course of 2 years, whatever sticks, whatever I enjoy, whatever brings out, like, you know, they say usually the thing that you should do is the thing that you don't value the most.
Okay.
So
it's like, the first time I'm hearing this, actually.
like, for me, it was more like, the thing that comes so natural to you, you don't value as much as the things you see in other people. So it's like, you see, like for me, cooking was mad easy. It wasn't nothing I really valued. So therefore, I never saw it as something for me to really pursue. And considering my mum wasn't exactly, she didn't become a millionaire from catering. So it was kind of like, I'm not going to go into catering to come and be doing, to be doing that. So it was more like, after I tried multiple things, and then of course with personal development, like the Tony Robbins and all of those people, like they get you to start thinking more deeply.
And they challenge you.
They do challenge you and start to analyze like little things in your life, like separate what exactly do you love doing and what comes easy to you, kind of thing. So that's where I found food.
That's amazing.
Have you ever had like any ambition with, you know how, you know, European cuisine, South American cuisine is very, you know, it's very prominent in down here in the West.
Right.
Have you ever had the desire to make, you know, West African cuisine more dominant in the, you know, the London scene?
In the,
you know what I mean, like the
so basically,
European sector.
What I'm getting is, do you think in terms of, am I going to try and make it palatable for the Western? No.
I love it.
No.
Yes, like that was very confident. That was a confident no. I was like, no, she didn't think about it.
But the thing is, it's just not for me. Like, I see other chefs who are African, West African, that use the like African ingredients and it like make it into a dish that doesn't necessarily look like an African dish, but it has the same ingredients, and that's amazing. But it's not for me. My vision has always been, I just want to make African food look banging on a plate.
That's it.
And taste amazing. But I still want it to look authentic, so that the Kunle in that from the village can still recognize it and enjoy it. So I never wanted to make it too bougie that people didn't recognize what it was. So my thing is just make traditional food look amazing.
That's amazing. Wow. So I've got a question as well. This is something that started as a hobby. Because I remember when you're posting, you were thinking, I'm just going to post some pictures, what I've cooked, and making me hungry at work. Thank you so much. You know, and I have to have my sandwich on break. Thank you. But anyways, then it turned into a business.
Right.
And then you were still working full time. And then it's now something that you do full time. How did you manage to transition from the 9 to 5 and this being your business and your, you know, your income and everything's coming from this? Now you don't work in HR anymore. How was that transition like?
Hard.
And how did you, like,
hard.
That's incredible.
The transition is hard because you're literally working 24 hours a day.
Okay.
Like almost like your body is on auto. Like, and it's hard. But in terms of, for me, there wasn't a, I'm going to quit like 3 months into posting on Instagram to then find out this isn't going to work for me. So my thought was, I'm only going to quit when my business becomes so like big that I can't physically be in the office because it's either or kind of thing. So I had to wait for the business like
to overtake
awareness, the income, the revenue to increase to a point that okay, it's worthwhile for me to
leave this,
leave HR, like my job, to focus on this, because like everyone knows the risk in terms of businesses. Like when you start a business, like 90% don't make it. So I had to be smart. I went to uni for business. Not that it really helped me, but it still gave me the understanding on the principles in terms of business. So it was more like, I'm only going to leave my job that pays my bills when this business does make enough money for it.
That's incredible. I'm so proud of you. I'm really proud of seeing your transition, and it's incredible. That's why I brought you on the show, because I felt people love you, people love your food, people are watching you, and I thought, you know what, you have a voice. I know people may see it as cooking, but you have a voice, and that is going to inspire so many people that are trying to start a business but don't understand how. But like you said, you had to balance your work and the business until the business came to a place where you could live work. Because sometimes people live work before the business is at a stage where they can sustain themselves, and you're stuck, and people start quitting. It doesn't work. I'm not doing this anymore. Motivation, everything is gone. You know.
With my thing, it was more because if you leave your job too soon, you start thinking, how do I eat off this company? So then, like, what I started seeing in Nigerian caterers was they obviously need to make money. They need to pay their bills from this. So I said, if I can survive a year without taking nothing from this business, I can only imagine where it would be in a year's time. So my thing was, while I'm working, I saved everything. So socializing, most of my friends, they just stopped messaging me.
You don't come nowhere.
They're like, Shola's not coming nowhere. Like, she's not coming. But you have to sacrifice. It's kind of like, because I don't want to be 30 or 40 and look back and be like, I should have put in the time then. I don't want to have to still be grinding as hard as I am
now then
in my 30s, 40s, because I didn't do the work now. So it's kind of like, you have to choose to sacrifice. If you want to socialize, you have to accept that maybe your career won't be where it needs to be, because the time that you're meant to be like perfecting it, like putting all the work into it, is the time.
Was that a natural thing for you then, to know to sacrifice? Because I know for myself, one thing I can't sacrifice is my food.
That's not a secret. I'm just up here.
But on the real, how did you? Because for me, it's like a changing of a mindset. You either have it, or you actually change yourself into it. So was it natural?
I think I was groomed into it. One, my mum worked hard, so I already saw that if you work hard,
you get the results.
You can get the results.
Ooh, God.
Because the thing
is, for you get the results. No, wait, like you can get the results.
You can. You don't always get, because there's so many people that work hard but don't always get the results that they should really get. But it's more about working smart and understanding where your weaknesses and strengths are, what you can kind of like, where the opportunities are, and finding those and making them work for you. So you have to be smart, especially when it comes to business. You have to be smart in terms of understanding what is the analytics, basically. Like, I watch, especially on Instagram, I watch other Instagrams, like pages, and I watch like, okay, what is it they're doing that has gotten them to that place? And then I reverse it. And it's not necessarily copying what they're doing, but it's like, okay, there's clearly techniques that they're doing that is making them like grow or get the attention that they want. So it was more like, okay, how can I incorporate those techniques into what I'm doing? And it's like learning different skills, and you also have to try. Like, in the 18 months or 2 years that I've been doing this, I've tried various things, and it's like you just have to be aware of where you're winning and where you're not.
That's it. Amazing. Well, I've got a question for you, girl. So, you can cook. Like, you can really cook. Next time you're bringing food on the show, because we're not going to talk much,
We're going to eat.
We're going to eat. Yeah, we're going to eat and show the people how good Shola's food, isn't it?
This is what we came for.
Next time when she comes back, she's bringing pots, darling. But my question is, what's your favourite dish? Do you have a favourite dish?
Do I have a favourite dish? I don't know,
You don't? Seriously?
The thing is, when you cook so much, everything's just there. Like,
not for us.
Like, I'm just so used to smelling jollof rice, smelling ayamashe, smelling all these Nigerian dishes. So I don't, if I was to say, it would be fried rice, but I'm not trying to
Your fried rice looks so good with the prawns.
Thank you.
Oh God.
It does look good.
I think we should end the segment here, guys. But honestly, Shola, you're inspiring. You're doing it. You're really doing it. You're not just talking about it. You're in action, and I'm so proud to see you doing what you're doing.
Thank
and
you.
We look forward to seing what you're going to produce out of this company. And you got your own spice as well.
I know.
Oh my God! Like, what happened? How did you bring this to? Like, you got your own spice.
So the funny thing is, right? The first thing, in terms of like catering, wasn't actually the goal. The goal was to just push my seasoning.
Okay.
So the original goal was, okay, I saw that people don't necessarily cook the way not I like to
Yeah.
cook, but like my mum's food is on a different level, and I
Yeah.
know that for a fact. Yeah.
Mummy, you've had many shout outs. I'm coming home, mummy, okay?
So my thing was, okay, if I can get, I can't necessarily get the techniques in people's homes,
Yeah.
but I can get the spices in people's homes. So my thought was, if I show people how to cook it,
Yeah.
they'll buy the spice.
Yeah.
But then people were more interested in, can you make that for me?
Yeah.
Than the spice.
Kind of a late. Sometimes we're busy, you know, Shola.
I know.
But definitely we will be buying those spices and trying it out. It won't taste the same as yours though, Shola. So you're gonna move in with me, girl. But this has been incredible, honestly. Thank you for sharing your story and being authentic and just being real and being Shola. You know, I know people can't wait to hear. Honestly, they can't wait to hear from you because we've seen your hands mostly in the pictures. Now they get to see you talk and really tell them where you started and how you're going.
You won't see this face on the gram though.
That is perfectly fine. Well, girl, it's been amazing. And this is not the first or the last time you'll be seeing her. You know, she's coming back shortly. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Yes! Hi, this is your girl Percy.
And I'm Joab, Magara.
You're watching How Did You Get There? So today we are joined by Jane, the one and only Jane. Oh my God, this girl is incredible. The reason why I say that is because, okay, we went uni together, so it might be a bit biased, you know. But she is doing incredible things. She's got her own business and she's a mom to a 7-year-old. So you just know we're gonna have a really deep conversation today. So hi Jane.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, it's amazing to have you. You look
Thank
amazing.
you.
I'm
Thank
loving
you.
the look, the
Thank
jacket,
you.
yes, and the hair. Girl, we're just slaying. Oh, and your hair as well, Joab, you know.
Thank you. I've done it all morning, so.
We can see. But yeah, so Jane, talk to us about what you're doing, your business, you know, and I know you got a beautiful baby boy.
Yeah, he's not so much a baby anymore.
I know, he's
tall.
now.
He's so tall. Well, as you know, my name's Jane. I run a hair and beauty company. I started off with eyelashes. You know, you've got to start small, crawl before you walk.
Of course.
So I sell mink and 3D 25mm lashes.
Wow.
And soon we'll be selling raw virgin hair.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to do this?
I always walk into like Superdrug or Boots.
Okay.
And you know when you quickly want lashes to wear, and
Yeah.
it's just like you can't find the right one for the look you want for the night
Okay.
or for the day.
Okay.
So I thought this might be the strangest thing ever, but
Yeah.
how about I just sell lashes I like wearing?
Ah.
So that's where it started from.
And the hair business that's coming in as
Yeah.
well.
So I used to buy my hair from Papa and Camille in Brixton. Hiya. And I really loved the quality.
Okay.
And then it started getting too expensive for me because I was having the son, and
Yeah.
you can't, some things are actually a luxury, not a
Yeah.
necessity.
Yeah.
So I thought, let me look for a vendor. So first we started with AliExpress. I think it was Alibaba, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
And I thought, I like this. I've done my hair with different hairdressers, and they were like, this is very, very good quality hair. So why don't I just sell it?
Sell it. So you just like you have the aha moment.
Yeah, I was
that
like,
most people.
why don't I just sell?
And you know, most people do have those moments, but they don't act on them.
Yeah.
The aha moments when you have a light bulb in your head, you got
Yeah.
an idea,
Yeah.
and you just sit on it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm having you because you acted on the idea.
Yeah.
And many people may say, this market's saturated, everybody's doing it, but there was a space for Jane,
Yeah.
and you're doing it, and you got clients, and
Yeah.
you're making money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But why? You had that aha moment and you literally went for it.
Because it wasn't just me that was involved. So
Yeah.
it's me and my younger cousin from my mum's side.
Okay.
We're both the founders. But it was initially my idea.
Yeah.
And she pushed me so much.
Wow.
Like, I had so many people around me that
Yeah.
were the driving force, and like, oh Jane, do it. You've been saying you wanted to do it. I have a friend called Audrey as well, and she was pushing me, Jane, just start doing it.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't have any money. Like,
Yeah.
how am I going to start this? Like, I don't know where to even begin.
Exactly. Yeah.
And she was like, Jane, don't worry. I found another amazing hair vendor. And look, you try these people. So it's just a lot of trial and error. But
Yeah.
she was the driving force
Yeah.
behind the whole 7 UK. So,
Can I ask for our male viewers,
right.
like just me, what is virgin hair?
It sounds extreme, but virgin hair is from, you know, the person that the hair's actually coming from.
Wait, so that means I can take yours and just go.
Yeah.
Now it's virgin hair.
Yeah. It will be a pixie look, but yeah.
That's good. Yeah. But you know what? One thing you said about the starting, you don't have any money.
Yeah.
The reason why I want to touch on that is because many people, that's where we stop.
Yeah.
And we fail.
Yeah.
Because we feel like we don't have the resources to start a business. So without having the money and without having the resources, yet you still did it. Like, what was going on in your mind? How did you? I know you had people around you saying you can do it, Jane. But what made you say, I can do this without the money, without the maybe the following, or without the people, like the product, I can do this, I'm gonna make this business happen. What made you think like that, and what drove you, and what inspired you to just have that?
You know what? I come from a big family.
Okay.
So I have a god brother, and I remember very vividly, like I touch on this all the time when I'm speaking to people.
Yeah.
I told him, I think I was about 13. I told him by the age of 40, I'll be living comfortably in Ghana.
Amazing.
So no matter what I'm doing at 27 or 29, 16, 42, I know by the age of 40, I will be in Ghana. So whatever I need to do to be in Ghana by my 40th birthday, that's what I'm going to do. And my mum's at the moment 62. Well, in April, she'll be 62.
Yeah.
And when she turned 60, my mum she's another single mother.
Yeah.
She's not married at the moment. Sorry, mum. She's not married at the moment. But I always said, my mum has done so much for me. Like, so much for me. So I said, by the age of 65, I would have settled my mum in Ghana. Wow. So I've got 3 more years.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. But I'm very determined by the age of 65, my mum's 65th birthday, she'll be in Ghana. So that was literally the driving force again for just picking up. If I have £5, because I started the business with £200. I started the business with £200. And I said, I do know a lot of people from different aspects of life and different walks of life. And if I can get all these people to just spread the word, somebody will be interested. So even the packaging right now, it's not even the package I want, but I know in the future I will get the packaging I desire. Yeah. So it's just, I knew that my beginning will probably be so minute, but my ending or even my middle is going to be bigger than I imagined. So I just thought, you know what, just go for it. What else can I lose?
That's amazing, and I'm so inspired by that. But Jane, you're a mom.
Yeah.
Mom to a 7-year-old, my baby boy. Yeah. How are you doing that? Okay, let's talk about it. There's a lot of like moms out there, right? And that's single moms. Do you understand? And just doing it and getting things started sometimes is not as easy. No. But you're a single mom and you're doing it. So there's probably someone watching and saying, I'm at the verge right now. I have this idea. But I don't know how to juggle being this mom to this amazing boy or girl, and then also pursuing this business. So can you just talk to the single moms and tell them about your journey and some of your failures and even the guilt of even having to leave your son at home and running and doing all this? Yeah. How?
When I left, I was, as you said, we went to uni together.
Yes.
My first year, by June, I found out I was pregnant. So that was how many years ago?
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, I found out I was pregnant. So I thought, I'm going to continue uni and I'm going to have my child and I'm going to finish uni.
Wow.
So I came to London, went to, I had to juggle even between 2 different unis, but I didn't even finish uni. So right now, to this day, I don't have a degree, but yeah, that's fine. So I was working part-time. Long story short, I started doing full-time in British Airways.
I remember, yes.
Yeah, and at the time my son was young, so I can kind of juggle it. Like, he won't have a vivid memory of me not being around. Yeah. So I done British Airways for last year would have been almost 4 years. But I started getting ill too much. Like, I have an overactive thyroid. Oh. Yeah, so the flying, the compression and everything. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah. So when I had the time off, I was off for 6 months in my first year of starting at British Airways. And in my first 6 months, when I was at home, the time I spent with my son, I was just like, why am I working full time? Why am I doing this? Like, I felt so guilty. Like, he started swimming and my son's on, I think, stage 3 now, level 3. And in the beginning, my mum would have to run and pick him up from school and then drop him to swimming. And it's like, when you speak to them, they're exhausted. And it's like, my mum's helping me, but it's not my mum's job. So what can I do? What can I do as a mum and be there for my son the way my mum was there for me? Because my mum used to work full time. She even used to juggle 2 jobs. So it's like, sometimes I'd be at home by myself. And I didn't want that for my son. So last August, I made a big decision. I'm leaving. I left BA and I was at home for 3 months before I got another job. But in that 3 months, I'm leaving now part-time, but in that 3 months, the joy, like even when he sees me picking him up from school, it's just like, I need to find something to do for myself where I can always be available for my son. Like, there's nothing, no job, no amount of money in the world that would make me deter from my son growing up.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have to, whatever I need to do, I have to be there for my son.
I'm so connected to that. That just took me.
Yeah.
Wow, like, I'm not a mum yet, but you just gave me a glimpse of what it's like to be a mum.
It's hard. It is hard. Like, it's hard because you can miss like parents' evening, and you can miss, like, one time I almost missed my son's birthday. And it's just, we're fighting so much for so many things, but the people we're fighting for don't reap what we're fighting. So it's just,
Jane, you're just going deep today. You want to make me in tears.
I know, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, you're going in deep. I'm so proud of that.
Thank you.
I'm so proud. Do you know, I want to come back to the BA, when you're working for BA, being an air hostess. That's a luxurious, that sounds like a luxurious job. It sounds
so luxurious. It sounds so glamorous.
And I haven't tried to pursue it myself, you know this,
yeah.
right? But I just got scared about being in the air too much. So what people sometimes see that to be, oh my God, I want to be an air hostess. From someone who's been there. What's your advice to people like that?
If you want to do it, do it. Because there's no other experience that you can see them doing it, but you never feel how they feel when they do it. So if you want to do something, no matter what it is, just do it. I was doing short haul, so people think, oh, you're not gonna fly that much, but I flew a lot. Like, some weeks I can be away 6 days in a week. So if I have, obviously, 4 weeks in a month, I'm away, I've only got 4 days off. Yeah. Some days, and you have so much to do, and I have come from a big family again, so I have so many different commitments. Like, I miss my auntie's wedding. Like, you miss so many amazing moments in your life because you're working. And if you're working for yourself, would you ever miss those moments?
No, you wouldn't.
You won't ever miss those moments because you work around yourself. So, yeah.
You heard it here. This woman, like, she's inspiring because she's a mum, she's a businesswoman, and she's also working. So she's doing it. So if she can, what's your excuse? Right? Don't ever allow excuses to hold you back. This is Jane with us on the How Did You Get This show. Don't worry, she will be back. We got some more for you guys, okay? Are you going to come back, Jane?
Of course.
Come on. Yes. So this is your girl, Percy.
I'm Joab.
And you're watching How Did You Get There?
So as we have both of you here now, I wanted to ask a question about you as, your personal lives a little bit. So what's the weirdest way that a guy has approached you?
Oh,
I don't even know.
The weirdest way.
Yeah.
Jane?
I don't even know.
I had those weird guys just approach you, like, DM sliding in the DM.
No one slides in my DMs.
You're lying, Jane.
No one slides in my DMs.
What, is it got a block up?
No.
Something? Oh.
I've just never been Jane slid in the DMs. No. I've never been a slidable DM. No. I can't even think off the top of my head.
No, I can't really, to be fair.
A weird
I
way.
don't think, not weird.
Maybe because we don't put ourselves in places where we're guys would approach us.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's probably the good answer for that.
Yeah.
Now you will. So.
So we were talking about, like back in the day, uni days and everything. And my most memorable days especially with you, Jane, is, girl, your wigs, girl. I never used to wear wigs, right? As you can see, I've always had short hair, but I used to go into Jane's room. She had different wigs. I mean, I don't even know how many wigs she had.
I think in uni I had about like 4.
Honestly, yeah.
And that was only 1 year.
Wigs were not even in that time,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
hair wigs. And then with Shola, she loved my cooking. Shola would come and eat at my house. And I was saying, that's what I'm saying. Well, now I'm seeing her, she's a chef now. It's like, this is incredible. Now I'm going to be coming in at your house.
Yeah.
You know, what being at uni, do you feel like that was, you know, I know we did like different courses, but they were quite similar in a way, but do you feel like it was valuable for you to go to uni and learn what you did? Because some people now don't see the value in uni. They just feel like I can just be a creative and just do whatever. Did you guys see value in that? And I know, you know, you got your own different experiences.
Yeah, you finished.
Uni, I don't know, like in terms of the degree,
Yeah.
like studying business in university from people who do not run businesses make no sense.
Yeah.
So for me, I could have spent 50 grand that obviously if I had 50 grand or borrowed it, borrowed 50 grand and actually just gone around the world and learnt business that way. Instead of, or even invested it into a business, even if it failed 3 years, I would have learnt way much than what I would have learnt current things, whereas they teach you things that have already gone. So imagine like them teaching you about marketing, but it's like, hold on, there's Instagram, you haven't even spoken anything about that. So it's like they're not up to time. So for me, it doesn't make sense. But when you talk about the networking, the people you meet, like when people go to university, like 5 years, 10 years later, you don't know who those same people are going to become.
Exactly.
So if you have those like type of people in your network that you can reach for when you do branch out and become something, that is useful.
So is it so much more of the course you did, or maybe we should be talking about choosing different courses? Because I still see value in uni. I feel like there are some courses that, like for example, with learning about marketing. Yeah, like I said, there's some downfalls to it, but there's also some ups to it. I feel like there is two sides to everything, and I felt the same way when I really am into business. But when I look back and really see everything that we were taught, I don't feel like I've implemented anything that they taught me into business. I've had to actually go back and relearn things myself and a lot of people are self-teaching themselves now because so many things that we were taught are not something that we can implement because it was sort of like irrelevant, if that makes sense. And it was demotivating coming in and you see a teacher just reading off a slide, something I could have done in bed, do you know what I'm saying? And then they write their books and we have to buy their books, and it wasn't as motivating as I would have imagined my uni experience to be, but I did learn some things. How about for you, Jane?
Just like Shola said, like I feel like business is something practical. You need to learn on the job. Because I remember there was one lecture and we were all in some big room and the professor was asking us, what kind of learner are you? I can't remember what he said, but if I'm on the job, I learn better than just reading off a slide or taking notes or pretending to pay attention. So I'd rather have saved money or spent money on something useful, because now, like Shola said, there's so many different social media outlets that you can use your business for or use as part of your business. So you learn so much things on the job than in a room. Maybe they should start implementing things like that within the, because we did I remember in high school where you do the 2 weeks work experience. It wasn't enough though, but it was still very young. I think they should do more like things like that with university, like learn and also do placement like what nurses do. I think that's very practical. Like they do the learning and they also go into the field. They do the learning, so they're implementing what they're being taught. I think that's the same thing they should do for university students as well in other courses. And I know they do that in media and everything, but business as well should be implemented. I feel that there's so many things I could have learned that I wish I could have at uni stages that I would be somewhere else right now in my as at 27. Whereas when I'm having to learn new things now to become the woman I thought I was gonna be by this age. You know me, I used to say I'm gonna be rich by 25. I'm gonna have this and everything. It's a real
Where's the trend? We're still climbing. But the people that are still applying for university, we can't of course demotivate them not to go to uni. But what would you say to someone who's currently looking and say, I want to go to university? What encouragement do you have for them, or what experiences do you guys feel like were valuable for you from uni? Teachers tell someone that was trying to go to uni now, and so in between, like, do I go to uni or don't I go to uni? Like, what would you say to someone like that?
So for me, I would say, depending on what exactly you want to become. So a lot of people, like when I was going to like applying to go to uni, I thought I knew what I wanted, but I didn't necessarily. So
No
it's
clue.
kind of hard. So if you don't know yet what you're born to do or what you're passionate about, going to university in the hopes to then find it could potentially, it will either confirm that what you're studying is not for you, or potentially confuse you even more. One, because it's like, all right, if that's not for me, then what is? And then you have to go on the path of finding what it is. Or you go into uni and just accept that this is just a 3-year holiday kind of thing.
Holiday?
No,
It's
like,
expensive.
it's a 3-year holiday in terms of, even though I'm not sure in terms of what I'm doing, it's an experience that I'm going to gain from university. But you have to be tactful. If you're not sure what you want to do and you still decide to go to uni, then you just have to network. Because then at least you're getting something out of university. But for me, my children, I'm not pushing them to go uni.
Same.
It's
I don't see that unless you want to become
A doctor, a lawyer, something.
that
You
that
need.
is,
Yeah.
You need to. If everything else, listen, I've got the money. Amen in the name of Jesus. I've got the money.
I will fund you.
Fund you the experience. That would be the biggest lesson, the biggest.
Pick up on that as well. Actually, because I feel like sometimes there's not enough support from the people that they don't see the seed. So, like, did you ever have moments where someone saw what is in you, or you saw what's in someone else, and you said, "Yo, you should go into like business class. You have a leadership quality about you." How important is that?
It's very important. Because when you come from an African background, because they struggled so much to get here, and we're first generation here, so it's like, please be the biggest you can be, but with an educational background. So be the best doctor in the hospital, be the best lawyer in the firm, be the best architect, be the best engineer. But when they hear that you want to do something creative, it's like, no, this is not what we came here for. So it kind of diminishes what you want to do. But it's when you see it in other people, it's like, oh my gosh, you're really good at speaking. You should do public speaking. You're really good at motivating people. But because we come from technically a Western mindset, so we can see that in more people, and we can encourage more people. And that's what I'll do for my son and my future children to come. I'll encourage them to be what they actually want to be, not what I want them to be.
Wow, that's amazing. But girls, before we go, we're gonna have to talk just a little bit about uni, them days. You guys had different experiences from me. I was like the quiet one.
Sorry?
I was like the most sensible out of the
What?
Joab, hi.
I thought I heard her say quiet.
Okay, maybe I was more social, but let's use that word. I was more social than you guys. She used to like to be in a room. And so unless I've dragged Shola out from her room and come to our Shola would just stay there. And you want to see Shola.
Sunday roast.
By herself.
Without invitations.
Yorkshire
pudding,
Yorkshire pie, the roast chicken, the carrots, everything. I was not going out.
She wouldn't. I would have to go and drag her out from her place where I come to our Shola. But it's amazing that we went to the same uni. We are currently doing things, like amazing things. Come on, Shola, you're cooking. Your food is amazing. People are just like, you're inspiring people, and people are ordering from you. You got your business. Jane, you got your business. You got your eyelashes, your hair. I'm doing talk. Like, this feels good. This feels like winning. Like, honestly, this feels like we're not there. We're not there, but I feel like we're winning together. Because there's a proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. And I feel like this is us holding hands and say, let's go far, let's take this and let's work together, and let's make it in your respective industry, I'm in Joab. Think about this, think about this. In about 5 years, when Shola's got her food, her restaurants, I can always go and eat for free. Friends like me are bad. Don't be like Percy. We pay for food, okay? Pay for your friend's product. Don't expect free things. But Shola, you know what I'm saying,
I feel like I'm at a women's conference.
And with Jay, when I want to look good, my lashes, and when I need to promote this stuff, they come on this is winning together. And with you as well, Joab, we're winning. We're win it together. Oh my God, it's been amazing having you guys on the show.
Thank you.
You are making me proud. I love seeing what you guys are doing. Honestly, we can't wait to see where your business is going to take you and the people that are going to be inspired by your stories alone. So thank you so much for joining, Magara.
Keep having us.